滑了，我靠！看到那边，已经烂成这个样子。
have once again drawn urgent attention to the fragility of the environment and infrastructure in Beijing, China's capital city. In recent years, Beijing has faced a series of powerful weather events that highlight the growing risks linked to rapid urban development, unpredictable rainfall, and the challenge of balancing city growth with natural defenses. These disasters not only disrupt the lives of millions of residents, but also reveal how vulnerable even a highly developed metropolitan area can be when nature unleashes its force. The floods that swept across Beijing have been especially destructive. Torrential downpours overwhelmed drainage systems, leaving streets waterlogged, vehicles submerged, and neighborhoods without power. Major roads turned into rivers, creating hazardous conditions for both drivers and pedestrians. In several low-lying districts, families saw water pour into their homes, damaging furniture, appliances, and personal belongings. Emergency services moved swiftly to rescue stranded citizens. Yet the scale of flooding proved how difficult it is to fully protect a massive city when weather conditions spiral out of control.
快速通过。
Landslides added another layer of devastation, particularly in mountainous areas on the outskirts of the capital. Saturated soil and unstable slopes gave way under pressure, sending tons of rock and earth crashing down. Entire stretches of road were buried, homes were destroyed, and access routes to certain villages were completely cut off. Rescue operations faced enormous obstacles, as unstable ground and continuing rainfall made conditions extremely dangerous. Engineers and soldiers worked tirelessly to clear debris, stabilize slopes, and prevent further collapses that could endanger more communities. Mudslides compounded the disaster, with torrents of water-soaked earth flowing at alarming speeds. Unlike landslides, these carried a thick, liquid mass of mud and rock, which swept through valleys and construction zones, engulfing cars, flooding basements, and coating everything in dense sludge. Several days of storms have already brought devastation to some Mid-South communities, killing and injuring multiple people and destroying countless homes and businesses. And the severe weather threat is not over. The National Weather Service office in Memphis has issued a flood watch through Sunday morning. Saturday could bring flooding to multiple parts of the Mid-South. Cleanup proved especially challenging, as heavy equipment struggled to remove the thick layers of debris left behind. In areas where construction projects had altered the landscape and reduced natural drainage, the destructive force of mudslides was even greater, showing the long-term consequences of unchecked urban expansion. The human toll of these disasters is immense. Families have been forced from their homes, schools and businesses disrupted, and critical infrastructure damaged. Beyond the visible destruction, the psychological scars are deep, as residents live with the fear of disasters repeating themselves. Many have lost lifelong possessions, while others mourn destroyed communities that may never fully recover. A A severe thunderstorm warning was issued for Memphis and Shelby County until 2:15 p.m. by the National Weather Service in Memphis. The warning was extended to 2:45 p.m. The storm could bring destructive 80 miles per hour winds. Quarter-sized hail and tornadoes are also possible. The National Weather Service in Memphis issued a flash flood emergency for Memphis, Shelby County, and DeSoto County. The emergency is in effect until 8:15 p.m. The financial cost is staggering as well, with billions spent on emergency response, property losses, and reconstruction. Authorities have mobilized massive operations to deal with the crisis. Rescue teams, military units, and volunteers are working together to evacuate residents, provide temporary shelter, and deliver food and medicine. Engineers are conducting urgent inspections of bridges, drainage systems, and dams to assess risks of further collapse. This is an extremely dangerous and life-threatening situation. Do not attempt to travel unless you are fleeing an area subject to flooding or under an evacuation order, NWS said in an emergency alert. A flash flood emergency is issued in rare situations when extremely heavy rain is leading to a severe threat to human life and catastrophic damage from a flash flood is happening or will happen soon, NWS stated on their website. Officials also emphasize the need for long-term planning, such as upgrading flood defenses, increasing drainage capacity, and enforcing stricter building codes in high-risk zones. Environmental experts stress that these disasters are not isolated incidents, but part of a larger trend connected to climate change and human activity. Beijing's rapid expansion has reduced natural barriers like forests and wetlands, replacing them with concrete and asphalt that cannot absorb rainfall. Combined with heavier storms, this has created a recipe for devastating floods and unstable ground. Experts recommend restoring green areas, protecting riverbanks, and adopting more sustainable construction practices to reduce risks in the years ahead. Typically, emergency officials are reporting life-threatening water rises resulting in water rescues/evacuations, NWS states. As rain continues to fall in the Memphis area, the National Weather Service in Memphis issued a flash flood warning for the area.
I cannot open the door.
The flash flood warning is in place until 4:45 p.m.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to stay informed about the latest developments.